Our next coach from Cincinnati, Mick Cronin. His Bearcats clinched the number 2 seed in the American Athletic Conference tournament. They will face off against the winner of the 7-10 matchup between Tulsa and SMU on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Coach Cronin, thanks for joining us. Please run us down your team heading into the championship tournament.
Well, I thought we had a great regular season, tough ending. Schedule didn't help that, and neither did the way we played wasn't the best basketball we're capable of. But like I said, I thought we had a great regular season, and we knew it was going to be a tough year for us to win the league again when Jacob Evans went pro. But he was a first-round pick, so he had to do what he had to do, and we got left with a little bit too much to do from guys that were role players, but they stepped up in a lot of ways to be able to continue our winning tradition. So I'm very proud of what they accomplished this year. New season for everybody. I don't think anything that has gone on counts from now on. Everybody's 0-0. And we're going to do it again. For those of us who make the NCAA tournament, we'll do it again the next week. You'll be 0-0 again. So we have to get re-energized and realize that the team that plays the best and wants it the most is going to be successful in Memphis. So hopefully we'll be ready to get it going.
Thank you very much, Coach. To our media members, star 1 on your keypad to ask a question of Coach Cronin, and we will open it up at this time.
We'll take our next question from Don Wade with the Daily Memphian.
Hey, Mick, 2 questions. The first, what's kind of your feeling on how much weight the NCAA should give to teams that are clearly in the tournament, how they perform in their respective league tournaments? And then number 2, if you could kind of compare and contrast Jeremiah Martin and Shiz Alston, who have each scored exactly 610 points in 31 games this year.
I think that for at-large bids, that part of your question would be for at-large bids, the conference tournaments, how much the committee weighs. Obviously, I'm just speculating. I don't claim to know, so this was not my idea to talk about the committee. So I want early absolution of not trying to be controversial. It's my opinion from what I have observed that only for bubble teams does the conference tournament matter, or maybe to separate a team from a 1 or a 2 seed. Since we've been in the American, I haven't seen anybody that's made the tournament improve their seed line in our conference tournament at all. And maybe I'm missing somebody, but I don't think it's happened. In fact, 2 years ago, SMU beat Cincinnati in Hartford, and the committee came out and said that it didn't matter who won the game. As Tim Jankovich and I walked out of our locker rooms and said, well, that's nice. What did we just play that game for? Somebody could have got hurt. But obviously the kids were playing for a championship, trying to cut down nets and all that stuff and get rings. But so, yeah, that's the answer to your question there. I think they're both great players. Stating the obvious, one's left-handed, one's right-handed. Not trying to be funny, but at the end of the day, I think Jeremiah draws more fouls. I don't have the stats in front of me, but he definitely gets to the rim. Shiz is probably more prolific on the season from 3, although Jeremiah has been extremely hot in the last month from the 3-point line. I think over their career, Shiz is probably the better shooter. Jeremiah's the better athlete, the better creator. They're both excellent players. They've had tremendous careers.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
We'll take our next question from Mark Narduzzi with Philadelphia Inquirer.
Coach, I wanted to know what your outlook is because let's be honest, everyone already knows you're going to be in the NCAA tournament. Does that change at all? Maybe not having to have that urgency to win, or is your mindset still the same?
It's our 9th straight tournament, and I don't know if we've ever had. I don't know if we've ever had to win going to the conference tournament in any of the last 9 years. My 2 years we made it at Murray State. Obviously, I had to win it to get in, but and you're always trying to play to win. I mean, kids are. I think coaches, we love practice, and we sit here and talk with the media about all this stuff. Kids just want to play games. That's what they do. They've been doing it their whole life. They look forward to it. They get out there. They're competitors. Your fans are into it. It's March. It's that time of year. But I think it goes back to was Coach Knight and Lute Olson and those guys. I mean, they questioned conference tournaments a long time ago, and what's the point and all that type of stuff. But hey, you got to, you're playing for a championship. And I think that unfortunately, regular season should get the most weight, but it doesn't. That's just the way our sport is. It's at least those teams at the mid-major level and the smaller, if you win your league, you get in the NIT. But, if the high major teams that you're already in, there's a lot of pride. You want to win your league. You want to cut down the nets. I mean, the kids are into it. Trust, I've never had a problem with that. What I would fight is trying to make sure I don't wear my team out this week for next week.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Coach Cronin, thank you very much for taking the time this morning, and we'll see you in a couple days down in Memphis.
All right, guys. Everybody travel safe. Thank you.